I told you that shit was last night.
And we're live. Hey, everybody. I am DM Doc from the Bros and Dragons podcast, and I'm joined today with a small interview from one of our guests, our actually first guest player, Joe Wood. Say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
And everybody but one person has said that joke. That is great. So tell us a little bit about your experience on Bros and Dragons. How'd it go?
Well, it was a little short-lived, but I actually had fun with it.
And Joe's internet is great.
Ah, shit. Am I on the delay?
Joe, there's no editing this, so you said it was great, and that was awesome. I know the guys enjoyed a lot of your role playing and the things that had happened there. Um, how do you think the guys did?
Oh, the guys were freaking terrific, Ed. Just ad lib. It was great. The flow, just the way the game went, and I really wish you told me there was no editing in this interview because, yeah, that was awesome news right there. But one thing about the great things that you've been doing, Doc, is you've been editing some of our shenanigans out from the gameplay because, to be honest, our sessions would be like 3-4 hours long instead of an hour-long podcast.
Yeah, I took a 2.5 hour podcast or recording, broke it down into two podcasts. One was 45 minutes, the other one was 30 something. No, it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So if you could do it over again, start fresh, would you have done differently from the start?
What would I have done differently from the start? Mm, Starting fresh, I probably would have been more engaging with my character and probably playing more a chaotic neutral role according to the character's background, and probably had a lot more shenanigans involved. I probably would have picked a fight with the crew. Probably I would have continued on with the feud going on with the cleric because that cleric has got to be a dumbass.
So those are you're going to hear this obviously right before episode 2 comes out, which is in 2 days, and that's all going to be in episode 4, Joe. So they got until April 1st to hear that one.
Well, I'm just giving them a small preview. Pay attention to that cleric. Keep an eye out for that cleric.
So you, the admin for Drinking Bros Nerds, how's that going?
Well, with the nerds, we're building a small D&D community there. Everybody plays and they hang out, but nobody has actually come together with Roll 20 with virtual Dungeons and Dragons, and that's one thing that we've been trying to put together. And you've been very instrumental, especially with the podcast going on, having guest players come aboard, and just giving them a taste as to what to happen when you start playing online D&D. And I think it's great, and I really hope to get more of the community involved playing these games. Schedule permitting. The problem that we have is people's schedules, and that's always going to be a big factor. But we're wondering about timing and scheduling. Just throw yourself out there, and you'll be surprised at how many other people will be like, "Hey, 3 or 4 people have the same schedule you do. Well, let's get together and play a game."
So your time, you played Fidget on our crew, who turned out to be, while you were playing, appointed the first mate of the ship.
Because he's a freaking badass.
So that dynamic, playing online, playing on Google Hangouts, which we're using now, having everybody on the line, hearing them, not having the board in front of you, how is that different from a normal tabletop game? And besides the rant about how Roll 20 has something against Joe Wood and is killing all his rolls.
Stupid dice. I swear that place. This is why you need to bring your own dice and have it sitting here on the side instead of using that tabletop dice. That freaking low rolls. And it's like, I'm gonna go for my athletics check. 3, 4, 6. Fuck you. Anyways, with me it's not a problem. I got dual monitors, or I'll have my I have my tablet set up right next to me where I can do Google Hangouts, and my computer's running the Roll20 software. But it's really funny because when some of us, John, for instance, rolled a one, you can see their faces right there. But if you're limited to just one monitor, you don't often see the characters or the players' faces when they roll that natural one, or when they roll that natural 20 and they flip off Doc like that. But the benefit of playing in person is the fact that you get to be around with your buddies. You get to drink and slap some table talk around that's not in game, and just overall have a good time. But the beauty part about Roll20 is I can get real drunk while playing this game, and I don't have to drive anywhere else, and I can just pass out on my couch.
So one more thing, and then I'll let you go. Your expectations coming into the game and your actual real play, how did they differ?
Actually, it didn't differ much for me. My expectations going into the game was to have some shenanigans and try and get my character killed. The character didn't die, and he is actually promoted, and you'll find that out in the podcast. So you got to follow the story if you want to hear about that character. And hopefully the next guest players, hint hint, continue with the chaotic neutral background for that character. But overall, my expectations into this game went pretty much according to what I was wanting to see. Good good history with the players. I mean, John, Mike, Tom, all those guys were excellent, and Daniel. Let me not forget Daniel, the other Daniel. But yeah, no, just playing with them, I got to meet more of the nerd community. I'm always about meeting other bros and broettes and nerds, and hopefully with this right here, the podcast gets more people interested in playing and getting the more of the community involved. And even if D&D is not your cup of tea, maybe you want to just listen and see other people playing, because I guarantee you it's hilarious when you just listen to us talk.
That's great. So Drinking Bros Nerds is a community on Facebook that I am part of. I'm very proud of. Expanding in the community of nerd type situations, more for me and people like Joe and Daniel, who are veterans that actually have a nerd side, that we're real people, and we get out there and we play, and some of us cosplay and the D&D, other video games. It's a huge community, and I really hope it goes forward and more things can come out of it that are more creative. At the Bros and Dragons podcast, our whole goal is to create a community where we can support people that have different art talents, whether it be drawing, music, gaming, whatever it is, and help them progress past that. It's actually one of our goals for the future is to start up something where we can help fund people that have a creative venture and wouldn't normally learn to adapt and grow that part of themselves. So we're looking for that. I'm DM Doc. You can find me on Twitter at I am DM Doc. You can find us on Facebook. Just do a Bros and Dragons search. Check out Drinking Bros Nerds. They're part of Drinking Bros Maine. You have to join one to join the other. Any questions on that, just send us an email at brosanddragons@gmail.com. Thank you again, Joe Wood. It was great.
Thank you, Doc.